Okay, guys, I wanted to make a video about Thanksgiving. That's right, Thanksgiving. I don't know what Turkey Day is. I'm an American. That's Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving, I'm going to put up a Christmas tree. Not a holiday tree, a Christmas tree. But I wanted to go over the true story of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to watch the language here so you can, the kiddos can watch this too. If you find it interesting, maybe you can let them watch or go over with them. But anyway, Thanksgiving was not like I was told in elementary, or we're told as kids, where you have Indians here in America, and you have colonists, the Pilgrims land, and they meet new people and they decide to be friends, and they have a big feast. That's what I was told. I'm not sure if that's what you guys were told, but a lot of y'all know that's not the truth. When the colonists got here, they got here late. They weren't able to plant crops, right? I believe half of them died due to just sickness and, because of the bitter winter, the really hard winter. It was really, really bad. They even had to steal food from the Indians. There was a lot of tension between the two. The Pilgrims got here. They're desperate. They're sick. Right? Half of them are gone. They don't have any food. The Indians would smoke meat and dry like corn and bury it. That would be their winter reserves. The colonists found the winter reserves and they would just take all of it. Right? They stole it to survive. Take it back and feed the people. They're hungry, they're starving, and that's what they did to survive. As you can imagine, the Indians didn't take too kindly to that. Somebody wiping out a family's entire food supply, in a matter of hours that they took forever to put aside. So that created a lot of tension. That's what wars were fought between them there. Now, when the Pilgrims got here, the idea was they were going to create a collectivist society, a socialist utopia, right? And the idea was, to each according to their ability, to each according to their need. Good old Karl Marx there idea. Same old failed idea. Now, the idea was, you're some big, strong, healthy young guy. You're supposed to work in the field all day, back-breaking labor in the sun, and work as hard as you could for the good of the colony. Now, if you're an older person, an older man, older woman, well, you were expected to do what you could. So you're, obviously you couldn't do as much as a young, healthy, strong guy, but you were expected to do what you could. But this never works. There's two good examples. And I'll leave links in the description bar if I can find them. The first good example here is the Steven Crowder did a video where it's Halloween, and he had a car set up in a little box, and he'd wait for a group of kids to come up, and he'd act like he was going to take the candy, drop it in the box, and divide it equally. Now, the kids that started trick-or-treating early and had a lot of candy, they didn't like that idea. The kids that barely started had very little candy. They were all for it, right? Somebody else did the work, and they're all going to get this even amount, right? The little kids understood that pretty quickly. There was another interview where they went around. It was in a high school, and they asked the students about having just a flat grade average. So the kids with a 4.0 grade average, they weren't for that. Right? They said they worked hard for their grades. They took their education seriously. And the kids that skipped a lot and didn't do their work, right, just goofed off, they were for it. The ones that worked hard for their grades are going to lose that grade. And the guy that did nothing and goof off, he's about to get a bump up in his grade. So they were for it. It's easy to see in that circumstance. But again, why would somebody want to work in the sun doing hard labor so the guy goofing off can get the same amount as they did? It didn't work. As a matter of fact, the colony's governor, William Bradford, reported that the colonists went hungry for years because they refused to work in the field. They instead preferred to steal food, right, rather than work for it. From my understanding, there was a lot of theft at night, and there was a lot of corruption where people would steal. I mean, guys working the fields would be stealing as they worked. So that created, scarcity of food, which, malnutrition, bad winters, it didn't work. They decided to abandon that and go with capitalism. True capitalism, not, this crony capitalism. They couldn't do it back then. Basically, what we have now is crony capitalism. But they divided the land up, and you got this so much land. What you did with your land was your business, and you could keep what you grew, right? You had livestock or crops or whatever, right? And this worked. People had an abundance. They were able to trade with each other. Somebody would raise chickens or something. Somebody else would grow corn, grow different crops, and they were able to trade. You could keep what you worked for. You got to keep the fruits of your labor. And that is really what Thanksgiving is about. It's the triumph of capitalism over socialism, a failed system that never ever works. Because we are human beings, we're not ants, right? We think for ourselves, we look out for our own interest, and as long as we're humans, it's never going to work, right? When we have a queen bee, or we live in a hive or hill, yeah, maybe. But as long as we're human beings, it's never going to work. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. After they turned to capitalist, they had abundance of crops. They were able to trade with the Indians rather than steal and fight, right? I have all this to trade with you. They were trading partners. That is what Thanksgiving was about. After you made trading partners and allies, right? Teach each other skills and stuff instead of fighting for food. That's when we became, that's what Thanksgiving was really about. And then I believe 3 or 4 years after we changed from socialist to capitalist, we were even exporting grains and dried fruits and veggies, right? Exporting. Go from starvation to exporting surpluses. That is Thanksgiving. So again, y'all have to my fellow Americans, y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. And for those of you watching, you're not American, you're not in the, not Americans, well, just have a good day, and hopefully you'll enjoy the story. I'll leave links in the description bar. You can check it out for yourself. But to my fellow Americans, happy Thanksgiving, guys. And for those of you that are not Americans, well, y'all have a good day.